scared. Yeah, be scared. Be scared. Be scared. Yeah.
Alright. Hello and what's up everybody? Welcome to another Fish Scale official interview. Man, just introduce yourself, tell the people who we with.
Man, first off, I appreciate you for having me, man, on your platform, man. What's the brand, man? Shout it out. Let them know where they can follow you at first before we get into it.
You can follow us at Fish Scale Media Company. The brand is Fish Scale Trap Collection.
Man,
and,
I appreciate that. Man, but this is your girl Cole, man. Backstreets with Cole coming live from H-Town all the way in Denver, Colorado. Like I said, I appreciate you for having me, man.
No, for sure, for sure. So kind of just starting off, just tell the people just a little bit about yourself, your background, and what you do, and all that type of stuff.
Man, what I do, man, I'm global. I'm everywhere. I do interviews, I do vlogs, I do exclusive content, behind the scenes, all type of shit with different artists in different cities. I'm from Houston. That's where me and my partner, Lady, we originally got our start in H-Town, but I've been grinding for 2.5 years, and I done took that shit. I've been in ATL, I've been in Dallas, Louisiana, man. Now I'm here in Denver, man. So I'm everywhere with this exclusive content. I'm a content creator. I try not to call myself a blogger like that because I like to be on other shit, but I create content, man. I interview some of the hottest artists in your city, man.
That's dope. So how did you first get into that? Like what made you more attracted to the background and interviewing and stuff like that?
Just having a love for music, you know, just having a love for hip-hop, studying people like Angie Martinez, fucking Freeform 106 Park, even Vlad TV, right. Sean Kai, and just so many people. And I'm like, I have a real love for this shit, you know. Music and rapping, that's one thing, and having a love for that, but like taking that shit behind the scenes and sitting down with different people and getting their story, it's just something I always been passionate about.
Right. Yeah, kind of the same thing with me. Like I was just into like the Breakfast Club, Angie Martinez, DJ Vlad, all that type of stuff.
Legends, yeah.
Right.
Shit show.
So like at what point did you know like you were dope, but you were kind of good at this and you really wanted to go full in?
Shit, probably before me and Lady started. I knew I was dope, you know, the minute I was born, but just taking this shit seriously, probably day one. The end of September of 2018, I knew, I don't give a fuck how long it took, I knew Backstreets was going to be like a brand bigger than Texas. It was going to be something that I can come to Denver and do. I can go to New Mexico, I can go to Cali, I can go to Chicago, man. I knew from day one when we said it's going to be Backstreets with Cole, it was going to be up from there.
Dope. So talk about just like the kind of the local Houston scene. Like who are the dope artists that are popping off at the moment out there?
H-Town, Texas, man. We got so many. Of course, y'all know about the legends, man. They doing their thing. TSL, man. You got Walt, Rizzo, man. And you got so many people under their camp, man. Sancho, so many people, man. TSL doing their thing. You got Keezy, TSK, man. Team Stage. You got him, T-Boy. You got us a dope artist out of Houston. She, by the way, of St. Louis, her name NHO Nelly. She a female. You got Taz the Realist. You got so many people, man. I can keep going on and on, man. Jay Tona, Kurt Corona, and who else, man? Lil Jeremy Gas Gang, he going off, man. OTB Fast Lane. That's just like the bigger artists in Texas, Houston. Who else, man? So many. Loretta Savage. Man, I can keep going on and on, man. You got Cartel the Don. You got fucking Gooch. You got so many artists in Houston, Texas, man, that's doing their damn thing, man. Oh, Key Money, baby. So many people, man. I can go on and on, but they doing their thing in Houston, making a wave, making a name for themselves. Those artists that I just named.
Dope. Yeah, it sounds like y'all got a dope scene out there.
Oh yeah, the scene, man. We turned, but we more laid back. Houston, like, you know how the weed and shit is. I hear the Denver, you know, we always been, you know, all drink, laid back, you know, that's our style. I feel like the youth has really cranked us up a little more, but it's all good to see, you know, they sauce and they drip with their shit and how they get down. So the Houston local scene, man, it's crazy. The underground scene even crazier than the major scene, because you got so many people pushing the culture forward. You got Lady Nate, you got Paradise Promotion, you got Miss Megan, you got Tasha Mack. Shit, you got so many people in the city just pushing the culture forward, trying to get it to another height.
Dope. So I'm kind of like an outsider looking in into Texas. I never like been there or anything.
Never been to Texas. Okay.
My pops is from there though.
What part?
El Paso.
Okay, shit, West Texas.
But like I'm not really like, I tapped in with a couple artists out there, but I'm not really like in tune. So kind of compared the culture from like the Dallas Fort Worth area compared to like the Houston area?
Okay, if I could compare the two, cause like I said, and that's crazy. Shout out Dallas the whole trip. I was just in Dallas, man. I locked in with Kenny B, YSN, Flip, man, Cross Country Black, man. Just some artists out in Dallas that's killing it. Dallas Fort Worth area, but like going back to your question, man, H-Town, like I said, we more laid back. You know, we more parlay, we more drink, we more swingers, poke it up. We into our car culture. We different. Like if you go to Houston, our swingers and our rims gonna go poke out the car culture. But if you go to Dallas, they ride different from us. You know what I'm saying? They ride sort of like Missouri and those type of niggas. But like I say, and even with the way they wear their hair, like if you know the Yellow Beezy and Trap Boy Freddy, they wear the shag and shit. H-Town niggas, you go on the south side, might still be the south side fade. You might get the plastic dreads. You might get a combination of both. You just know with H-Town, you gonna get that sauce. You gonna get all that H-Town shit, that flavor, that culture, because we in the music. Every song you hear, you can hear the screw, you can hear just our culture overall, man. But shout out Dallas, man. Like I say, I got love for Dallas, Texas. I got love for Fort Worth, man. I got love for the whole state of Texas, because I know, man, it's been a long time coming for Texas rappers, and we finally, like, niggas fucking with Texas for real, for real. Niggas really getting money now out in Texas as far as the artists, so salute to everybody in Texas.
For sure, for sure. All right, we back live. So just kind of speaking some more on like the culture in Texas, just like I said, I'm kind of an outsider looking in.
Okay.
So to me, I feel like a lot of the Texas scene, it doesn't like thrive on it, but there's a lot of like beefs. But out here, it's not really like that. It's just kind of everybody doing their scene, and
y'all don't have no beefs with all the artists?
It's like a lot more like passive aggressive out here. You feel me?
What you mean by that?
By like they won't have a problem. Like they might have a problem with something, but they're not gonna like speak on it or anything like that.
Versus Texas,
they
die,
making diss songs and all that type of stuff. Like it's not as serious as Chicago, but like I feel like the beef really drives the scene. Would you care to speak on any of that?
I won't say the beef drives our scene, cause like I say, man, you gotta understand, man, for what Texas did as a whole, whether you talking about Dallas, whether you talking about H-Town, East Texas, West Texas, we created a whole culture that, you know, hip hop has really bit from, and well, and I'm gonna say bit, influence. We influenced a lot of shit in the music, but the beef, man, we always been big on that shit, you know, cause it's like when you come to Texas, ain't really nothing sweet out here, you know. It's not what you see on TV, man. You come out here like, I'm tell you a funny story, man. They tried to have love and hip hop in Houston. It's just we not gonna go for all the fake shit, the scripted shit, the beef. What you see on them songs and Instagram and niggas turning up and on their social media, that shit real life. Niggas end up dead, prison because of, you know, the beef and shit. Do it drive the culture? No, because like I say, the music there. Like I say, we got. Like I say, go check out OTB Fast Lane. Go check out everybody on the TSF camp, man. Go check out fucking D Bondo. There's so many people in Texas, man, in Houston alone, man, that like we can look at the beef, but the beef ain't just what gonna drive us. Cause like I say, if we weren't beefed up with certain niggas or certain people, like I say, cause it can be Houston against Fort Worth or Houston against Dallas, or it could be bullshit, but at the same time, man, the music is still what overall rise over the beef. If that shit makes sense.
Right. Okay, that's dope.
Okay.
So kind of just going back to like your own platform and things like that. So who were some of the bigger artists? Or no, let me rephrase that. What has been your favorite interview that you've done?
My favorite interview by far, I always say it, and you know I'm not being biased, but it was the Scotty Christ. Go check him out, man. He's a talented artist, man. He's from Fifth Ward, Texas, H-Town, man, the North Side, man. Scotty Christ. We was in Fifth Ward, we was in the trenches, we was in the hood, man. This when we first started. Me, Lady, she was behind the camera just like you. Me and him standing up there on the block in the legendary Fifth Ward, the Nickel. And if y'all don't know about Fifth Ward, go read Jay Prince's book, man. Go get some of that Houston history, man. So, because that's where he from. So, I was there, so that shit was legendary. To be there with Scotty Christ, that's an artist that, you know, that's like my brother. We still locked in today. And it just, you know, being in the hood, you know, I was new to this shit. That was probably my second, third month in. Lady was behind the camera, and we was just running. The shit was so organic. It's like, that shit here, I like, okay, yeah. I'm gonna do this shit. I can pull up to niggas' hood and be careful and be respectable and still be out there in the crowd and be in the mix with everybody and do my damn job. So shout out Scotty Christ, man. That was my all-time favorite interview by far.
Okay, dope. Yeah, I know. I feel like it's at times it's super dope content whenever you like go out to folks' hood and really see how they live.
You gotta be careful too.
Right, exactly. But
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like I'm not from here. Like, right.
For sure, for real, for real.
Right. So like, what has been like your biggest interview? Like the biggest artist, or maybe your interview?
Actually, the one I just did in Dallas. I did several big ones. I done had Coon Grinder. He's an artist out of A-League, man. Shout out him. I done did Dino the Widow, man. That's my brother, man. Shout out Dino, man. He do his thing out there in Houston. He's so creative, man. We did like some numbers. That's been one of my biggest ones. And the one I just did with Kenny B. Younger, man, out there in Fort Worth, but we did it in Dallas, man. He going crazy. He in that beef shit heavy too, so you know, he did a diss like fuck the East Side, and he did that on my channel, man. The numbers been going up, man. And shout out Kenny B, man, for that. I appreciate that, man. Young nigga doing this thing. He was signed to Alamo Records. He stopped fucking with the label. Like I say, he a young nigga turn be on that beef shit, but they really, you know, like I say, them youngsters really on that shit. But you know, I love it. I embrace it. I wish them nothing but the best. But like I say, man, Kenny B, that's been my biggest grossing interview by far. But I hope to get bigger ones than that.
Right, for sure. So like, by listening to like a lot of your interviews and stuff, one of the frequent questions you ask is like, whether artists gonna stay independent or if they gonna sign for that check.
You watch, I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So like, are you big on being independent, or like, what advice would you give to artists in regards to that?
My advice to anybody, man, whether you're an artist or just a human being, man, do what makes sense for you and do what's best for you and what makes you happy. If you feel like, man, you want to take that long route, I call it the Nipsey Hussle route, the independent route, 10, 15 years, put that work in, and niggas know you from, you know, you had that co-followers like Nipsey, like Big Crit, Currency, niggas like that, and that's cool, you know, do independent. But at the same time, if you one of them people who want the money up front right now, if you want the fame like in 2 to 3 months, if you want to move that shit at a fast pace, take the money up front. It might help your situation, because some niggas don't got $200,000-$300,000. Some niggas don't got $80,000-$75,000. So I always tell niggas, do what makes sense. Don't be a fool. Have somebody double proof that shit. Try to get a lawyer. Most niggas not. Most artists, you know, we cry about the bad contract later. But, you know, at the same time, we can read that bitch. Your first contract gonna always be your bad contract if you decide to sign. But if you decide to say independent, build your buzz, get your label and shit going, and say, fuck it. Now I'm gonna come to the table with a negotiation. We're gonna do a label deal. That way you take care of all your niggas, your other artists. That's smart too. But always do what's gonna make you happy. That way you won't be stressed out, depressed, want to commit suicide, saying fuck the label, fuck your manager, and all that negative shit that don't even have to go. If we, now for real, if we prevent this shit from first hand, like I say, money make motherfuckers greedy and people change, of course, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, when you come to them deals, man, I don't give a fuck if you independent or you major. Do what's best for you, man. Only you know what's best for you. That's the best advice I can tell anybody. Do what makes sense to you, man. If you don't know what makes sense, call Backstreets or code, text me, send me a DM, man. I'll give you some information. I'll show you what books to read, what websites, because like I say, the information is in the palm of our hand, man. We just gotta go read that shit, man. But I'll be preaching all night on that subject, man. I appreciate that question too, for real, for real.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, I feel like it's super important, because like you're always seeing like people saying like, you know, fuck my label, you know.
Well, fuck the bloggers, fuck the label,
right.
Fuck my manager. It's like, why don't be fuck them people when your career first start?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like after they done put all their money into you and shit, and they done promoted you a million times, they done post you. I don't know. It's just a catch-22. That's why you gotta come in this game, man. Head up, chest out, man. Don't take shit personal. That's how, you know, that's how I'm able to continue the route Backstreets and Coping going.
Right, for sure. And then I find it's like, from like a blogger standpoint or content creator standpoint, it's hard to mess with artists that also mess with labels, because you got to go through the label before you talk to the artist. I just rather go straight to the artist or the manager's
That's
artist.
That's a headache,
you know what I'm saying?
Because it's always reach out to my manager or reach out to the label here to reach out to this, and that. It's like, bro, if I'm talking to you like this, and that, you don't need no other man or no woman to make no decisions to you about no 10, 15-minute interview. But do I understand business? Do I understand the label and how the music business work? Of course. But like I tell people, set up promo runs. That way you booking these media platforms in different cities. That way you gotta worry about the extra shit. Cause to me, going through a label and all that bullshit, that's just a hassle. Man, if I'm talking to you, like I say, man, let's link up for an interview, or let's link up. Let me come up to the studio with you and get some. That's just how I try to operate. Everybody ain't, you know, that's just me though.
Right. Fair enough. So just kind of going back to that, just I feel like some artists have like a lot of animosity when it comes to certain platforms. Like you got Gucci Mane having beef with Sean Cotton, and
that's unfortunate. Yeah,
people having beef with Vlad, and that's more mainstream. But you know how it goes.
It's real though.
Yeah, speak on that. I feel like it's a symbiotic relationship. Like the bloggers and the content platforms need the artists, and the artists need them.
It go hand in hand, man. Like I say, I tell people all the time. People always like, "Oh, Backstreets, you this, that, bro." I wouldn't be shit without these artists. I wouldn't have shit to post, shit to put out, niggas to interview, bitches to sit down with. So I wouldn't be shit without the artists. But at the same time, it's like, it's weird. It's a weird relationship. I can say that because you'll be in the beginning of their career, and then you notice niggas start getting bread and niggas start getting up. And like they don't even know who you is no more. You know what I'm saying? I remember you was bummy and shit and hungry. I don't know, it's just a weird ass relationship, and it's like people say fuck Vlad or Vlad the feds. Bro, you gotta make your own decision to go on there and say you shot up 30 niggas and I was at my mama's house on 32nd. Like, we gotta be mindful of shit like that. And I study Vlad. That's like one of my favorite all-time people, man. Yeah. Just to Vlad TV, you go on my channel right now, YouTube, nigga, his shit on notification. But it's like, I studied the way he asked questions and how he able to get people to just say some of the weirdest shit. And you like, he didn't even ask you that. And you done told this nigga, y'all, no, for real. You just really watch a Vlad TV interview. I'm like, damn, he good. He's good, and he gets so, I'm talking about he gets so much flag. It's always fuck Vlad, I'ma whoop his ass, man. It's like, you mad at him, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying, he gotta put this shit out. It's a catch-22. Like I said, it's a weird relationship, man. I ain't gonna even lie. I done had my share, not beats, but like I said, I done been dissed, cursed out, stood up, niggas done walked out in my interviews, all kind of shit. So it comes with the territory. You gotta have thick skin in the business and shit. You gotta keep a positive mind frame with all the bullshit, cause it's inevitable. Like we got platforms in Houston that beef and do shit like that. It just don't happen. That's how it is, man.
So just kind of give a little bit of background on yourself, like just like how you came up and things like that.
Coco, man. I'm from H-Town, outside Acres Home, man. I came up, man. I don't like to say rough, you know. It was okay. A single mom, old man, was in prison probably most of my life. You know, you get it how you live and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I graduated. Didn't go off to school to win another route, you know what I'm saying? No, now I'm in a part of my life where I'm revamping. Had a love for music, had a love for hip-hop, and I always wanted to do something with that shit. And it's like, for me, I wasted so much time in my 20s not taking advantage of the opportunities. It's like, okay, now here I am, 30. It's like, what can I do now? Like I said, I grew up a fan of everybody, like Screw, Jay-Z, West Coast, East Coast. I wanted to go everywhere with this shit because I don't know if you know Nardwuar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't even want to show my age, but like he was so influential back when, speaking of beef then, Flip and T.I. was beefing. That shit was big in Houston. But I remember when Flip had went over there and did a freestyling interview, and I was like, if this nigga way in this whole other country can get people from Houston to be on his channel, that's something I know I can see myself doing. Like I say, but man, just growing up, you know, oldest are fine, you know what I'm saying? Old lady, man, mama did the best she could with us, man. My grandma played a big part. I'm from Acres Home, man. If you don't know about Acres Home, man, Google that shit. I'm from the 4-4, man. To know about my hood, man, it's a documentary, man. The founder, one half of Backstreets Code, my girl Lady, she actually did a whole documentary on the hood where we come from. So shit, that was great. Like I said, and I grew up, man. She younger than me, but I grew up watching her, man. Like I say, she always believed it. You know, all of us growing up, bro, in the ghetto, bro, we had crazy ass dreams, but you know how that shit is. Life happens, man. Drugs, you know, life happens, and some people make choices and some people make other choices, but as long as you can come up from all that shit, bro, none of that shit even matter. And that's just what it is, man. Cole, you know, Cole, I grew up, they called me Cole, and then when I was in high school, it was Coco from the 4-4, and then put the Backstreets on it, because I'm really originally from Acres Home, and in Acres Home, we got Backstreets and shit. That mean the shortcuts in the neighborhood and shit like that, or whatever. But shit, you come to H-Town, man, if y'all ever in Houston, come to Acres Home, come to the 4-4 and fuck with me, for real, for real.
Dope. So, like, how did you first start your platform? Like, where did that idea first spark?
Well, originally, my first start was Couch Convos. I was on the podcast with a group of 5 of us, man. It was me, my sister and several of my cousins, we all came up, grew up together, and we was about sex, love, and music. So we start, you know, we was in Austin, we was in different cities or whatever, doing interviews and shit, man. And I was like, damn, I gotta do my own shit. I gotta do my own shit because I want something to still carry on. Like they was like, Cole, I'm telling you, you could do your shit, you could do it. Man, we was at my kitchen table, sat down, we wrote down a list of artists that out of the city that we want to interview. Probably out of 10, 15 artists, only 4 of them responded back. 3 did the interviews, and that was Bam Pacino, French G, and Taz the Realest. Like I say, they hold a dear in my heart to me because, like I say, that's how we got our start and we took off from there, man. Like I say, R.I.P. Bam, man, too, but like it just took off from there, man. Sitting in the house, man, just putting that shit on paper, putting that shit in your phone, and reaching out to niggas in their DMs, pulling up on niggas, bro. Let me chop it up with you, woo, woo, woo. And there's not being afraid, bro, because Phil can hold you back from a lot of shit, for real, for real.
Right, that's facts. That's facts. So how did Colorado kind of come on your radar or on your map? I know we're a little bit of a smaller market.
Man, y'all think y'all a smaller market as far as music, but y'all actually got some hell of a talent out here in Colorado, just period. Like I say, Denver, I came back into Denver in 2017, 2018, and that's when I was like, damn, where all the niggas at? Like the black people, I was like, damn, ooh. So I'm like, shit. And this dude was like, man, we got black people, so he took me to, I was in West Coast somewhere. Yeah. And I was like, oh shit, y'all lit over here. So 3 years later, man, to map it back around, man, I seen Mile High. He was in Fort Worth. I'm like, damn, this nigga right in Texas. Let me see if I get an interview with him. You know, unfortunately, this, you know, Wise couldn't, paths could cross, so I couldn't get that interview. I'm like, I'll be looking at all these Denver niggas from, damn, they right up the street. And I drove. I ain't fly down there. I drove from Houston, Texas, all the way to Denver. Me and my girl, man, we got in a Toyota SUV and drove to this bitch. And I was like, yeah, Denver, y'all artists need to be heard, bro. It is not like y'all market is small. It's just y'all don't have the exposure. Like I was telling Brent, bro, it shit, like, y'all need more of you guys. You know what I'm saying? We need people tapping in with these artists, pulling up on these niggas at they hoods or work, whatever the fuck these niggas do. We need more of that because I'm like, why the fuck Denver, nigga? Y'all got the weed. How can y'all tie that rap shit into the weed and make this shit pop for the whole state of Colorado? Because it's like niggas come here.
Right.
Sure. Trust me, they do. It's like, why not take Backstreets to Cole, take advantage of the opportunity? Like I said, I'm down here with my girl. We on some shit, trying to get an artist. That shit fell through. Okay, boom. Let me just do an on-spot interview, see if I can get some artists. Like I said, we smoking, chilling, really on some vacation shit, man. Denver's just a different market that people need to understand. Like, it's some talent here, bro, and y'all sleeping on really the whole state of Colorado right now, man. Colorado, where it's at for music, is where it's at for weed, for food, just the whole lingo, man. Like I said, I'm learning this shit. I ain't know y'all was so West Coast influenced. Like, a lot of y'all artists, you know, sound like Cali artists, but when I was talking to a few of them and they was telling me, I was like, that's some dope shit, because here I am thinking, okay, who the fuck y'all listen to? What the fuck Colorado get they style for? Does the niggas listen to? Not the shit they play on the radio, but the shit that they look like me and you. So,
right.
And that's just what made me tap in with Colorado. Like I say, shout out to the whole state of Colorado, man. Colorado Springs, Aurora, I don't know if I'm saying the shit right.
Yep.
Centennial, or whatever that is, man. The whole Denver, of course, man. Just shout out everybody, man, for shit show.
For sure. Yeah, that's super dope. I always wonder, like, how Colorado, like, just comes up on people's, like, radar or map. Because whenever I talk to someone, they're like, you from Colorado?
Yeah.
Like, kind of like, what?
Like, I was asking one guy, he said the biggest person y'all had coming was Chauncey Billups. Is that true?
I mean, yeah. I mean, as far as sports goes,
Sports-wise, okay. What about music-wise, like Colorado?
Music-wise, we got Trev Rich.
Okay, I know you're talking about.
He got a Grammy. He got a song on that Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they call him AP. He dope too.
Somebody was telling me about him, and that's crazy. I've been tapping in with him about a year straight now.
Yep.
And I ain't know who that was. It's another artist, LFP.
FBP Mo.
Oh yeah, he hard too, man. That whole little camp, like I say, y'all got talent out here just by putting these niggas on YouTube, getting these niggas out this bitch, and taking them niggas down south or going to Cali. It's just about moving around in the city, man. Like I say, home is as far as you can make that shit. Here I am. I'm a girl from Houston, Texas, bro, the bottom, and I'm way out here damn near doing my thing. Like I say, shout out to the whole state, man. Again, for real. For
sure. So, I mean, that's all the questions I got for you. Is there anything else you want to speak on or shout out or anything like that?
To every artist, man, that's grinding, if y'all watching, do not give up on y'all dream. Don't give up on yourself. Don't quit, man. If you working a 9 to 5, work that bitch, man. Take that money, invest in yourself, man. I don't give a fuck what they tell you if you're in the streets, man. Take that money, invest in yourself. Fuck what they tell you, man. Shout out to the whole platform, man. Shout out Backstreets the Coach. Shout out to the whole city of H-Town, man, for shit show I'm putting on for y'all out here in Denver, man. But shout out to, man, Fish Scale Trap Collection, man, FTC shit.
Fish scale,